gotta scooch over some. Sounds like my audio's doing okay as well. Ooh, a little more than that. How did I get so off center? Ugh. 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 I have the fancy gamer chair today. I could scooch up a little bit too. Yeah, it's better. Okay. So last time on Virtue's Last Reward Z, we took the Tenmyouji path, which is this one. And because we're mean people, we betrayed him in the first AB game, and then we betrayed him again. Well, not him, but we betrayed another person again. Actually, we betrayed an unconscious child, I believe. And so then we got our bad ending here. So now we're gonna do the right thing. First, we're just gonna go back to AB game round 2, and this time we're gonna pick, you know, we're gonna not be jerks. By the way, I am a little under the weather, so I apologize in advance
Sigma,
for any coughing,
do you remember what I said back in the other
sneezing,
warehouse?
blowing nose. She's gonna say, actually, I don't want to... She's gonna say, actually, I don't think we should betray him, because it's not the right thing to do. We're gonna ally.
What did you choose, Sigma?
You didn't see me push the button?
No.
Huh. Well, you'll know in a moment. Let's go. I gave her a light pat on the shoulder and headed toward the wall where the results would be displayed.
Results from round 2 of the Ambidex game will now be displayed. Please direct your attention to the results screen.
Sorry, I'm sure that's lovely. Especially with the microphone right there, but what you gonna do? Theo was like, yeah, I'll kill Alice, I don't care.
Points have been assigned or subtracted accordingly. Please check your bracelet to see your updated bracelet points.
So you chose Ally, huh?
Yeah. Quark is sick, a kid, and unable to vote. I couldn't bring myself to betray someone like that.
Thank you.
No need to thank me. I only did what anyone would have. So you guys chose Ally too, huh?
Of course. Tenmyouji had only 1 BP left, and he was guaranteed to vote Ally. So there's no way we could betray somebody in that position.
If we had, then he'd...
Yeah, you didn't have much choice. Alice, Kay, and Dio, on the other hand, seem to have had a less pleasant round.
Hey, what the hell is your problem? You're either crazy or just an asshole. Were you trying to kill me?
No, nothing like that.
Well then, what was it like? If we'd voted Ally,
You would be dead. The needles in your bracelet would have activated, killing you.
See, that's exactly what I'm talking about. I didn't think there was any way in hell you guys would choose Ally, not with Alice's BP at 1. The only way you could possibly vote was betray. Picking Ally when I knew you guys would pick betray would have been suicide.
You can't die. You've got 6 BP.
Well, maybe not immediately, no. But I would have been signing my own death warrant. Heck, not just mine. Everyone except Kay's.
What?
Didn't you think it through? Your vote was always gonna be betray. Let's say I was a raving lunatic and picked Ally. What would happen to K's BP?
6 plus 3
Would have been 9.
would make 9.
See? Then it'd be game over. Life over. He'd open the number 9 door and blow this popsicle stand. And that'd leave us twisting in the wind, living out the rest of our miserable lives stuck in this place.
When he explains it makes a little bit more sense, I feel like. It's still kind of a jerk move, but it makes a little bit more sense.
That's why I chose Betray. I did it to save all our necks, including yours.
Alice gritted her teeth and scowled fiercely at Dio, apparently trying to think of a rebuttal, before finally snorting indignantly and stalking away. Shortly thereafter, the warehouse was filled with the rumbling sound of the doors sliding shut. Good, good. Yeah, I try to upload the videos on a regular basis.
The Ambidex gates have closed. Round 3 of the Ambidex game
I am
will
feeling
be
better
the
than
star
yesterday.
round.
I think I am now on the getting better end of being sick, if that makes sense.
Star keys are required to open the gates. There is no set limit on usage of the star keys. The Ambidex gates can be opened as many times as the players wish to open them.
As many times as we want, huh? Then that means...
We can play the AB game as many times as we want, right?
Hey, didn't Zero Jr. say something about this?
As soon as the gates close, your colors get all shuffled up automatically. The parent solo assignments hop around a bit too.
Yeah, he did. Can you guys all show me your bracelets? I want to see what all our colors and groups are this time. Within moments, a series of wrists were extended for me to examine. Oh, okay. I have to press X to go. Good, good, good. I see. Luna and Clover are a cyan pair, and Phi and Alice are a magenta pair. The remaining 3 are all solos. Kay is red, Dio is green, and I'm blue. So how are the groups supposed to work for the next round? I think the next doors are going to be those white ones down in the floor B warehouse.
Yeah, I heard about those. Alice told me about them while we were here waiting for you and Clover. I think I've got them figured out.
Yeah, so lay it out for us. How are the groups going to shake out this time? Phi nodded and began to explain. Option A. Tenmyouji and Quark, yellow, pair up with me, blue, to open one door. Phi and Alice, magenta, pair up with Dio, green, to open another door. Luna and Clover, cyan, pair up with Kay, red, to open the last one.
Oh? Is there only one option?
Yes. No other combinations would be able to open the secondary doors. Admittedly, Tenmyouji and Quark aren't here for us to check, but I'm sure they're the yellow pair. If they weren't, then Sigma would be stuck without anybody he could pair up with.
Oh, God. I never thought I'd have to put up with Dio again.
Well, you just didn't think hard enough then. Sooner or later, everybody puts up with Dio. Wait.
What? Okay.
So, what should we do now?
So we can't choose our pairings, but we can choose what pairs go into which doors. Oh, cool. Did it turn out good?
It looks like we have a lot of time until the primary doors open.
Yeah, about 80 minutes.
I'm worried about Quark's condition. Those pods can't cure Radical 6. He still needs help.
Well, we don't have anything to lose, so we might as well look for that medicine. Xelavir, right?
Yeah. What about the rest of you?
Oh, I'll help.
As will I.
Me too.
Fine. I guess I can help.
What about you, Sigma?
Of course I'll help. What kind of a jerk wouldn't?
Okay. We should split up and search.
Oh, you're scared to watch it? I'm sure you did great. After some discussion, Dio and Kay were assigned to the pantry, Luna and Alice to the treatment center, and Cloverfy and myself to the pressure exchange chamber.
Shall we regroup in the Floor B warehouse 10 minutes before the doors open?
We all nodded. Kay turned to Alice and Luna.
You are going to the treatment center, correct?
Yes.
Then please remember to tell Tenmyouji where we intend to meet and when.
Okay.
You must also remember to bring Quark with you. I am concerned about removing him from the pod, but it can't be helped. Without Quark's bracelet, Sigma and Tenmyouji will be unable to open the secondary door.
Right.
Good. Looks like we got all that straightened out. Let's go.
With a final nod to one another, we split up, each team heading in a different direction. No, there's a lot of people who don't like to watch themselves performing. I think that's completely normal. So, this is the pressure exchange chamber.
No, this is the prep room. There are 2 levels. The actual pressure exchange chamber is downstairs.
How do you know that?
Alice told me. She was one of the people who investigated this room.
Did you talk to her when you were waiting for us back in the warehouse?
Yeah.
Well, let's head downstairs then.
Good idea.
So this is the real thing.
Seems like it.
Why do they have something like this here?
Well, this is just what Alice told me, but...
Apparently, the pressure inside the facility was a lot higher than the pressure outside. That was part of a system designed to keep the virus from getting in. It did mean, however, that we would need to go through a decompression process in order to get outside.
Remember all those suits along the wall of the prep room?
That happened in one of the endings. One of the endings where I was a bad guy and got to 9 VP or something. They knocked me out and then cut my arm off so that they could go through the doors. Remember all those suits along the wall of the prep room?
Those keep you from getting infected. We won't even be able to enter the pressure exchange chamber if we don't have them on.
I see. Whoa, 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 whoa. Then that newspaper article was right.
Unfortunately, that seems pretty likely.
So the air out there is teeming with Radical 6.
Yeah.
Something's been bothering me.
What is it?
Aren't you saying that if we put on those suits, we can go into the pressure exchange chamber and go outside, right?
Oh. No, we can't do that. The door beyond the pressure exchange chamber is locked up tight.
Damn it. Just one door between us and freedom.
Well, if you look at it that way, it's the same as the number 9 door.
Okay, yeah, but...
Whatever.
I wonder if
We
there's
need to be
another pressure
focusing on
exchange
finding that
behind number 9?
Excalibur. Quark needs it.
Yeah, you're right.
I'll go look around upstairs. You two take this floor, all right?
Got it.
Okay.
But nothing was found. I'm assuming. We looked everywhere we could think of, but turned up nothing. Eventually, I couldn't keep my mouth shut any longer. Hey, what do you think the deal is with this stuff about the world being infested with some crazy virus? A pandemic seems like it would make the news, but I don't remember hearing anything. Thanks. Wait a minute. You mentioned it, didn't you, back when Dio was asking questions? We were in the infirmary. It was right after Quark lost it.
Have any of you guys heard anything about any sort of viral pandemic?
Well, no, but...
And then Alice said,
I have heard rumors about a virus being used as a bioweapon.
so what's the rumor she was talking about? I got the feeling you and Alice were talking about the same thing. Clover, what do you know? What are you and Alice anyway? I heard you guys belong to some sort of organization, but what is it? Clover was quiet for a long time. She bit her thumbnail and looked down at the floor. Then, finally, she lifted her head and met my eyes.
Fine. I think I can trust you. Just don't tell Alice, okay?
All right.
Promise?
Promise. Clover nodded and began to talk. I listened with rapt attention, at a complete loss for words. Here is what she said. Oh, I thought they were going to voice act this. Apparently I have to read it. Alice and I are agents of the SOIS, which is under the jurisdiction of the Department of Defense. SOIS stands for Special Office of Internal Security, and we're an elite intelligence division that investigates potentially disruptive or dangerous elements, such as domestic or foreign terrorists, radical political splinter groups, and religious organizations with extreme agendas that could pose a threat to the state or citizenry. Our existence hasn't been made public, so there are only a few people who even know we exist. You're probably wondering how I even got involved in something like that, huh? Well, it started when I met Alice. I told you that I've played the nonary game twice before, right? Well, this was after the second time, so about a year ago. We'd just escaped, and we were all stuffed into this SUV barreling across the desert. I was driving, and that's when I saw her. Alice. She was standing next to the road with her thumb out. She was already working for the SOIS, and she had been on her way to the building we had been trapped in as part of her investigation. But on the way there, her car had broken down. We offered to give her a ride, of course. After she got in, we started talking, and it turned out that Alice had gotten a tip that the terrorists she was after were in the building we had been trapped in. We couldn't see how us playing the nonary game had anything to do with the terrorists, but Alice had a suggestion. Maybe the two people who trapped you in there are the terrorists? That didn't seem very likely to us, but we were chasing after them anyway, so we decided to bring Alice with us. Unfortunately, we didn't find them. As far as we know, they're still out there now, on the run. Anyway, we were taken back to SOIS headquarters and put into custody. I guess they thought there had to be some kind of connection between us being kidnapped and the terrorist group they were investigating. But they must not have found anything because after a few days of questioning, they let us go. We all went home and returned to our lives. But things didn't go back to the way that they had been. My mom got real worried about me and my brother since we had gotten kidnapped twice now, so she hired bodyguards for us. That seems fair. Oh, I haven't told you about my brother, have I? He's super awesome, for one. And he was in both of the last two nonary games, too. So anyway, we had been grabbed twice, but the people behind the two nonary games were totally different. That didn't matter to my mom, though, so after that, all these huge men in black suits followed me and my brother everywhere. It was awful. We were always being watched. People would look at us funny because we were being followed around by a bunch of creepy-looking guys. I couldn't stand it. Just when I thought I'd finally be free, all that was waiting for me was another kind of prison. The only time I was really happy was when I was hanging out with my brother. So we were talking it over one day, and we decided to leave. Like, run away. So we did it. After that, we lived on our own. I hope they told the mom first, otherwise she would think that they got kidnapped again. I worked in a cafe, and he composed music. He plays the harp, and he started writing this kind of new agey music. It got kind of popular, so we didn't have to worry too much about surviving. Sometimes he'd play at little venues like coffee houses and stuff, and his fans would show up and listen to him play and cry. Or some of them would meet on their own and recite stuff from the book he had written and play his songs. I know that sounds kind of like weird and culty, but they just do that stuff on their own, okay? My brother doesn't have anything to do with it. Anyway, we did that for a while, and then one day Alice showed up. I need your help, she told us. We need people who can do what you can do. So we went to the location she gave us, and it turned out to be the headquarters of the SOIS, where they had taken us after the second nonary game. They put us in a room with about a dozen or so other people who were all about the same age as us. A bunch of them looked familiar, too. It only took a moment to realize how we knew each other. They were the kids from the first nonary game. We were all excited to see each other again, and we were hugging and shaking hands and stuff. And then Alice walked in. Am I putting more into this relationship than it's implying? I'm not sure. What do you mean? Hi, doggy. Always knocking over the water bottle. The whole room went quiet. She walked up to the podium and looked around the room, making eye contact with each one of us. Right now, a terrorist organization is preparing for a major attack. They plan to trigger a viral pandemic. If they succeed, they will strike a massive blow against all of humanity, not just any one country. It's possible that we, as a species, will die out completely. We are doing our best to prevent this, but we will need your help. You are what we call espers. You have the ability to access the morphogenetic field. We need that. I'm guessing you don't know what any of that is, but basically we can do this thing that's kind of like telepathy. I mean, it isn't really telepathy, but that's probably the closest thing, okay? They're brother-sister love. They didn't seem incesty or anything. Espers can resonate their consciousness with another person through this thing called the morphogenetic field. The purpose of the first nonary game was to research that ability. So they kidnapped kids who had the potential to do it and threw them into the game. So not only are they close brother and sister, but they're also essentially psychic with each other. So that's like why they're extra close, I guess you could say. Alice had gathered up all the kids from that experiment. Well, I mean, it had been 9 years since it had happened, so we weren't really kids anymore. Anyway, everybody she had brought in was an Esper. That included me and my brother, of course. I bet you think I'm just making all this up, huh? I don't blame you. It is pretty crazy. I mean, I was even starting to forget I could do that stuff. So when I heard Alice's story, I was like, screw that. I was trying to move on with my life, and now some shady government creeps wanted me to use some weird ability I had for them? No way. I wasn't even sure I could do it anymore. Some of the others felt differently, though, and they told Alice that they'd do it. It was a job, after all, and most people wouldn't turn down a salary like that. Oh, right, I forgot to tell you. She told us how much they'd pay us if we helped. It was a lot. More wealth than you can imagine. But I was still totally against doing it. Yeah, my brother told me he'd go along with whatever I decided, so I decided we were leaving. Yeah, it's just Snake and Clover from the first game, the 999. They're just brother-sister. A couple of days passed, and then Alice showed up at our apartment. She didn't waste time. The people behind the first nonary game might have been part of the terrorist organization Alice and the SOIS were after. Wasn't that, she asked, something that I might want to know more about? That got me curious. My brother, too. But the clincher was what Seven said to us. He was one of the guys that got abducted with us for the second nonary game. She called him on her phone right then and there, and handed it to us. You guys are the only people who can do this. We don't know where Junpei is. He's gone off to travel the world, looking for Akane. I haven't been able to get a hold of him. Please, just do me a favor and help Alice out. Junpei, like Seven, another participant from the second nonary game. Akane, one of the people behind the second nonary game. Seven was a Japanese policeman, which was probably how Alice got in touch with him. Anyway, that did it. My brother and I agreed to join the SOIS. For the next couple of months, all we did was train. Half of the time, it was general knowledge and technical skills an SOIS agent needed, and the other half was learning to strengthen our Esper abilities. See, Clover and Snake are probably better than the others who participated in just the first nonary game, because they have more practice. and the only ones who had as much practice as they had was Akane, who's in the wind. They'd actually known about espers for quite a while, and had a lot of techniques that helped us get better and stronger. Akane and her brother Ioi. Yeah, only you can save the world, not the first time I've heard that phrase. After several months of hard work, we were finally ready for our first guild missions. Mine was an infiltration. My brother stayed at the base, so I could relay information back through him. I was supposed to sneak into a research facility, posing as one of their workers, and then use the morphogenetic field to transmit what I found back to my brother. But everything went wrong. It was a trap. The whole research facility was fake, and I got captured. Alice had to come and rescue me. I had been sending information about the inside of the facility to my brother, and Alice used that information to come and find me. As soon as she got there, she picked me up and carried me out. I was relieved and happy to be alive and free, but I also felt ashamed and miserable. While she was carrying me back out, I started to cry. She was just so cool, and I wasn't. I wanted to be just like her. So from that day onward, I did everything I could to be more like Alice. Our infiltration ended in failure, but we did manage to get something useful. In fact, we were able to figure out where the headquarters was. The directors decided that December 25th, 2028 would be the day we would strike. Oh, that's the same day that I, Sigma, got snatched. This time I promised myself we wouldn't screw it up. I was finally going to get some answers about something that had been with me for most of my life. But then, on December 22nd, 3 days before the raid, Alice and I were attacked by people in gas masks while we were going over our plans. And when you woke up, you were in the warehouse.
Yeah.
All of that talking seemed to have tired Clover out. It was a very long story. She sighed, and her long hair swayed as she moved. Hey, I've got a few questions.
What are they?
Well, first off, your, powers, I guess. I'm guessing you can't use them right now?
Yeah. I'm not really sure why. I've been sending my brother messages ever since I woke up, but...
No response.
Yeah. If there was another Esper here, they could make me stronger. But that's just wishful thinking. Wait.
What?
Well, if there's someone else who's stronger than me, then they kind of absorb my powers. Maybe... No, never mind. That's probably not it.
Right, whatever. I have some other questions, so... Moving on. I think I understand what Alice was talking about now. They were trying to spread that virus, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So, who are they?
Well... I can't tell you that.
What? Why not? You told me all that other stuff, but this is too much?
Well, Alice would be mad at me.
I already told you I wouldn't tell her.
But...
Fine. Let me rephrase. When are they going to do it?
Well, if we knew that, we wouldn't have gone to all that trouble.
So you don't know?
No. All we know is soon.
Space cats. Because space cats. But that can mean just about anything.
Yeah.
Oh, her top. Yeah. The basically a pink leopard skin bra, basically.
It could be next week or next month or even next year. Or it could have happened already.
Wait. You mean they might have already released the virus?
Wouldn't that make the most sense? Like, how about this room? Or that newspaper article? And the 3 people who were put in cold sleep.
Are you saying you, me, and Alice were frozen and the pandemic happened while we were on ice? Wait, no, that doesn't make sense. Nobody else has heard of Radical 6 either.
Maybe they're lying.
Really? All 6 of them?
Well, if Kay really does have memory loss, then it's only 5. Quark is out too.
So you're saying Tenmyouji, Dio, Phi, and Luna are all lying? I guess they are a little suspicious.
Right?
And what's their motive?
For lying? How would I know?
Then what's the motive for a terrorist organization to start a pandemic?
I heard it was something about purifying the unclean?
Purifying the unclean?
Oh, unclean. Unclean, unclean, unclean.
What? What are you doing?
Shut up. Just hold on a minute. I'm this close to remembering. Unclean, clean, een.
She leapt up, suddenly excited.
Neostigmine.
Thank you. Neo what?
Did you forget it already? I'm talking about this stuff.
As she spoke, she pulled something out of her pocket. It was the injection gun, complete with a vial of medication. Oh, right, I remember that. It was in the safe in the treatment center, right?
Yeah.
I didn't have any idea what it was, though, so I gave it to you.
Exactly.
Are you saying you've heard about this neostigmine stuff before?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I just remembered.
You remembered?
My brother told me about that. Neostigmine is a type of colon esterase inhibitor. That means it's a sort of antidote for tubocurarine.
Oh! So if somebody's bracelet goes off, we could save them with that.
How easy do I have to make it? Ugh. Okay, fine. I'll start at the top, all right? The stuff I've got in here is neostigmine, which counteracts the muscle relaxant tubocurarine. Following me?
Tubocurarine is the poison in our bracelets, right?
Right. It's the second thing we get injected with if we're penalized.
First, Silveril, which puts you to sleep. 9 minutes later, the tubocurarine is injected, numbing your respiratory muscles. I guess you could say it'll really take your breath away.
So you're saying this neostigmine keeps it from working?
Yes! Oh my god, how many times are you going to make me say it?
So we can just inject ourselves with this if we get penalized?
Yeah! We don't have to die. We're gonna be okay. We can only pull the trigger once, though.
That means we can only use it on one person.
Yeah.
Well, it's still good news. This means one of us can break the rules once. Like, let's see.
The best way to use it would be for sneaking through the number 9 door. If somebody gets 9 points, they can open it, right? With this stuff, somebody who doesn't have 9 points could still leave with them. Anyway, I'm gonna go tell Alice.
What? Hey! Clover, wait! Clover! It was too late. Clover was already on the lift and gone. Damn. I was, I think understandably, upset. With no stairs, my only choice was to wait for the lift to come back down. As soon as it was back, I jumped on and headed upstairs. Phi, where did Clover go? Phi, can you hear me? She didn't say anything, just stared at me with her mouth half open. Her eyes seemed slightly glazed, and her body was unnaturally stiff. Phi? I grabbed a shoulder and shook her gently. Slowly, she raised her arm, fingers drooping limply from it. She gestured toward the exit that led away from the warehouse. That way? She went out that door? Phi's only answer was a slow, shallow nod. Right, got it. Thanks. I headed for the exit, then paused. You look pretty tired. Get some rest, alright? Still no response. There was something odd about her, but catching Clover seemed like more of a priority. I turned back around and jogged out the door, toward the treatment center. She is acting like Quark was before he flipped out and tried to kill himself. Huh? This is weird. Where is everybody? I had assumed Alice would be in the treatment center, so Clover would have gone there to find her, but the room was empty. Luna and Tenmyouji were gone too. They left Quark, and the readout on his pod said his vital signs were normal. Oh. I don't think I should be saying that. That should be narration. As far as I could tell, he was still asleep. Fine. Guess it's time to go look somewhere else. I made my way out of the treatment center. Everybody. Where is everyone? What the hell? What is going on here? I can't find anybody. Every single room is empty. Wait, there's still one place I haven't checked. The infirmary. Maybe they found the treatment and are giving it to him? The Excelsior? I ran into the room and stopped short. I might as well have run into a brick wall. My chest tightened so much I could barely breathe. No. What happened? I felt my whole body convulse, whether from terror or nausea I couldn't tell. My legs went limp and I crumpled to the floor. Something sticky pressed against the palm of my hand, and I looked down to see blood. Oh. 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 A vast, warm pool of fresh blood, stretching out across the room, lapping at my legs and hands. Why? This can't be real. How could... Oh, Jesus! Is that everybody? No. No, it is not. In the middle of the lake of blood, like an island of flesh, were bodies. They were a bloody tangle of lifeless limbs and dead eyes, with too much blood and chaos for me to tell who was who. Had they sliced themselves open, or stabbed one another? I couldn't tell. All the blood, too much blood. Whatever they had done, it was clear what tool they had used to do it. The scalpel. A scalpel lay in the blood next to them, its handle and blade streaked with gore. This was how they had died, this tiny blade. Oh God. This is it. It's all over. This is how it ends. That's right. I have to end it. This nightmare will finally be over. Time to wake up. My fingers scraped across the floor as I picked up the scalpel. I lifted it slowly, carefully to my neck, as if someone were guiding my hand with theirs, and drew it across my throat. I mean, I think that was everybody but Quark there. Or wait, was Kay not there? I don't think Kay was there. But everybody else was. Who the hell says that? Dude, I thought we were gonna, like, go through the white chromatic doors and, like, do a puzzle. Nope. Everybody just gave up. Oh, I think this is our first credits? I think this is our first credits. I am betting that they all killed themselves, because I think that we all have Radical 6. Because Vi was acting like Quark was right before he tried to kill himself. And so I bet they just, like, mass suicided. Yeah. It's weird, because it's like, clearly that was a bad end, but we also got some really important information from Clover. So, like, that really connected this game with 999. Yeah, but Luna was there, Phi was there, Tenmyouji was there, Alice was there, Dio was there. So that's 5 people already. I looked everywhere in the world before I went to the infirmary. So she might have gone straight there. Yeah, but Quark wasn't there and Kay wasn't there. Who am I forgetting? Dio was there, Alice was there, Clover was there, Luna was there, Phi was there, and Tenmyouji was there. It was 6 people. So the only ones not there were Kay and Quark. Maybe she snapped out of it. There was one point where Quark was all slow like that, and then he was like, oh, I'm feeling better. And he was better for a little bit before he snapped again and was like, I'm gonna kill myself. Yes, this game indeed has multiple endings. Clover end. Trophy earned, secret agent woman. We're gonna override our save data. That's our first, like, official ending. Yeah. See? Now we have a little thing instead of all question marks. That was one of the... That was, like, the first... Not true end, but... The first one that wasn't, like, just a, game over. Okay. So, we're gonna go back now. And this time... We're going to go back to the first AB game, and we're going to ally with
10
Tenmyouji.
seconds
And
remaining
hopefully it's not going to be like
until
Alice, where she
Ambidex
switches her vote
closes.
to betray.
Well, you won. The decision's yours. Now decide, ally or betray.
Thank you.
3, 2, 1.
In that last moment before the counter reached 0, I made my choice.
Round 1 of the Ambidex game has been completed. Results will be displayed in the warehouse. Thank you for your participation. Ambidex gates now opening.
As Fi and I stepped out of the AB room, I could see the others running toward the projection, shoving and pushing to get closer. Tenmyouji was left behind, his footsteps a slow, heavy plod. What had happened to make him like that?
So you chose Ally, huh?
You don't get to complain. I won, remember?
Not complaining. I just think you're being a little soft-hearted.
Aw, you worry too much. I'm sure Tenmyouji chose Ally, too.
See, that's what I'm talking about. You don't have any facts, just misguided optimism.
Yo, what's up? Hey, what are you kids doing over there? We're about to announce the results.
Let's go. We should have a look at those results.
Fine.
Good. Looks like you're all here. Finally, let's get ready to rock! Amberdex game! Round 1! The result!
If everybody would please direct their eyes to this monitor.
Whoa! Oh my god! He changed his vote too, just like Alice did.
Here are the results from your game. Now, let us check the numbers on our bracelets.
He said he would never pick Betray.
Fi, I'm sorry.
Tenmyouji chose Betray? Why? He chose Ally last time.
Wait, last time? What are you talking about?
Oh, nothing. The truth was I didn't know why I had said that either. The words had just appeared in my mouth before I knew what I was saying them.
Right. Look, I'm sorry. I swear.
See? I told you. A soft heart is the easiest to break. Do you understand what kind of game this is now?
Just tell me one thing, Tenmyouji. Why did you do it?
Are you serious? Someone's dead, and not just dead, murdered. I got no reason to think that murderer wasn't one of you. Only an idiot trusts someone he's never met when there's a killer on the loose. You think I had a choice? Right. I think that's enough for me. I'm old, and I'm tired. So tired.
Tenmyouji shuffled off, the same weight I had seen earlier sitting heavy on his shoulders. It was only then that I noticed an angry voice nearby.
Hey! What the hell is this?
Hey, look, lady, I was gonna choose Ally, I swear to God. But just as I'm about to do it, this little bastard runs in and hits the betray button.
What?
Oh, come on. Really gonna just try and play it dumb, huh? You're a manipulative little twerp, aren't you?
Quark, is he telling the truth? Were you the one who chose Betray?
No! I didn't do anything! I didn't have a chance to do anything before Mr. Dio pressed the button! I'm telling the truth! I promise!
Sure, kid. Whatever. Cute and innocent act isn't gonna work.
No!
Fine, you just wait.
Alice turned on her heel and stormed off before Quark could reply, leaving him alone with Dio.
Man, this is all your fault, Quark.
My fault? Why are you blaming me? How could you do that, Mr. Dio? You're a jerk.
I moved away silently to let them stare daggers at one another. It seemed that theirs wasn't the only team facing some friction, however.
I'm not trying to blame you.
But, I mean, if you just think about it, wouldn't it make sense to choose Betray?
Forget it. I understand now. It was silly of me to trust you guys.
The air in the room seemed to turn thick and sour, hanging over us like a brooding, angry cloud. It was a grim omen of darker times to come.
Zero, when does the next round start?
What made...
If I had to guess, I'd say it's going to be Alas or Siggy. Or Fido. Or maybe Mooney.
Who's gonna die?
Or maybe everyone?
Is it still foreshadowing if your character can travel back and forth in time and is also the narrator? I think that if if we hadn't done the betray path first, it wouldn't have said that. Like, oh, but he chose Ally last time.
Yeah. Why am I going to die?
I get it. Sigma, Phi, Alice, and I only have one BP. If any of us chose Ally and got betrayed, our BP would drop below 0.
What?
What the hell?
This is important information. Yeah, but I didn't feel like telling you before. Because I'm a jerk. Haha. Alright, I'm remembering how I got taken, feeling sorry for myself. Where do I want to go? I'll go to the infirmary first.
Sigma, what do you want?
What? I just came by to check up on you.
Oh, I thought maybe you were here to kill me.
Why would I do that?
Because I betrayed you in the last AB game. I'm the reason you and Fire down to 1 BP.
Yeah, but that's hardly a reason to kill you.
Maybe.
It was clear that conversation wasn't going anywhere. I shut my mouth and looked around the room. So is it just you here?
This side of the divider, yeah.
This side?
Quark's over there, having a look around. And there's...
the body.
Forgive me if I don't feel like spilling my guts to a guy who probably hates him right now.
Alright, fine. You played a game where all 3 endings were basically the same. Oh, that's lame. I think I might know the one you're talking about. It was the 3rd in the series. It was a really, like, AAA game. And none of your past choices influenced the final choice that you made.
Stop it! Quark! Don't tell him a damn thing!
Whoa, you're getting more suspicious by the... I'd started toward the partition as I spoke with the intention of finding Quark. I found him as I rounded the divider, but... See? He looks just like Phi did. But then he's like, oh, I'm feeling better now. Turned out you killed your family, alter ego. What? The words were barely out of my mouth when I remembered. Quark. No. He had just been tired, right?
Are you suggesting that our incarceration here has nothing to do with...
There was only one other place I hadn't gone. You hate it when you're the killer all along, right? Evil ending was fun to do.
Oh, Sigma.
They're gonna be cagey about their secret agentness. Quark collapsed! Oh no! He has Radical 6! What are we gonna do? Oh my god, he's gonna try and kill himself! Holy crap! Get the scalpel away from him! Sedate him! Okay, what are we gonna do? I guess Radical 6 is real. Oh, we have to get to the doors. It's only 5 minutes left. Ah! Back doors are open. So, how do we want to pair up?
I think the people who have the greatest disadvantage should get to choose.
What do you
The
mean?
people who have 1 BP.
So you, Phi, Luna, and Sigma?
Yes, exactly.
All right then. Who do you want to go with, Alice?
Anyone but Dio. I'd rather die than get paired up with that prick. Just anyone but him.
That's gun ever in a game.
Damn. That's
The
a
best
lot of
gun
hate.
ever in a game is the dubstep gun.
What did you expect?
This game would be a lot shorter if played out at letter recap speed.
You betrayed
Well, we've
me.
seen all this stuff before,
Hey,
so...
I told you already. That was Quark.
I don't believe you.
What? You're telling me you trust him more than me? Anybody other than Dio could mean Quark, you know. You willing to pair up with him?
He's asleep.
I don't really think I need to worry about him voting.
That's fair. I glanced over at Quark. He looked tiny, cradled in Kay's arms, fast asleep. If I didn't know better, I'd think he was just a kid who tired himself out from playing too hard.
All right, Vi. Who do you want to go with?
Anyone other than Tenmyouji is fine. My reasoning is the same as Alice's. He betrayed me last time.
Well, I guess that's fair.
If we want to honor Alice and Phi's requests, then we can go with any option besides C. So, A or B?
Hold on. We've got 2 other people with 1 BP. How about you, Luna?
I don't really have a preference. Clover and Kay did betray me last time, but...
They're both pairs now, though. And since you're a pair, too, there's no way you'd end up going through into the same door as them.
Yeah.
All right then, Sigma. What about you?
Let's see. Clover and I were a pair. That meant that I had to choose one of the 3 solos. I'm sticking with Tenmyouji. I'll take Tenmyouji, so we'll go through the blue door.
Me? But I picked Betray last time.
Exactly. So I'll just make you pick Ally this time. Well, I guess I should say you won't have a choice.
Is that so? Mind telling me how you'll do that?
Heh. I'd love to, but we don't really have time. Ask me again later, okay?
Fine, you're on.
So we're doing option A. That means Luna, Dio, and I will go through the green door.
Which leaves the red door for Quark, Kay, and me.
Any objections? Good, let's go.
Listen, take care of Quark, all right?
You needn't worry.
I'll watch out for him.
10 seconds remain.
Hurry up, guys. The door's closing.
Right.
I'm going.
With only seconds to spare, we dashed through the blue door.
2, 1, 0.
It's time for puzzle
Chromatic
room.
doors closing.
Just about. We have to get there first. Three doors. Which one should we take?
That seems like kind of a silly question. I mean, they're all locked, aren't they?
Yep.
How can
someone's
we
gotta
go
pull a
through
lever.
any of them if they're locked?
Well, this thing here's got a lever on it. Maybe that does something.
Why don't you pull it and find out?
Right.
No shenanigans about who's gonna pull the lever. Tenmyouji's a man. He's just like, yep, gonna do it. Oh, hey, looks like one of them opened.
But only one. Why's that?
They're probably telling us we should go that way.
Might as well then. Oh, it's the pressure exchange chamber. This is the room that we had just seen in Clover's ending. So this is the exit, huh? Locked, of course. Locked tight, won't even budge. So what the hell is this
The
place?
door said PEC. Guessing it's not for working out, though.
It looks like it's probably an acronym or abbreviation or something, but for what? Prepared emergency chocolate? Private ecclesiastical commode?
Oh, wait a sec. There's a manual here. I think it explains what this room is for.
What's it say?
Hold on. This facility is pressurized, maintaining much higher air pressure than the surrounding environment. Airborne viral contagions
What?
Quiet. Keep reading, Clover.
Oh, right. Airborne viral contagions have necessitated this step, which is intended to prevent contamination of the installation. All persons wishing to exit the facility must do so through this pressure exchange chamber. Once the chamber has been sealed, the pressure can be lowered to match the surrounding environment. Before the PEC can be depressurized, all occupants must be wearing Level A hazmat suits to prevent infection. The PEC will not function unless all occupants are wearing appropriate protective equipment.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. What's going on here? Are they trying to say that the air out there is full of some horrible virus?
I don't think it's just any virus.
It has to be Radical 6.
Oh man, then that newspaper article was true. Several long moments of silence crawled past. The three of us just stared at one another, our minds working to make sense of this new information. Eventually, Clover shuffled to one of the lockers and opened it.
Is this one of those hazmat suits the manual was talking about?
Yeah, I figure they are.
We won't be able to get into the pressure exchange thing unless we've got those on, then.
And getting that room to decompress is the only way we'll get outside.
So, where is the actual decompression room?
Have a look. See that lift over there?
Oh, yeah. This room's divided into 2 floors, upper and lower.
We're on the lower floor right now. Earlier, we were on the upper one.
Then this is the actual pressure exchange chamber. No good. This one's locked too.
Won't open,
Nope.
huh? Okay, it's probably pointless, but humor me on this. Let's go put on those suits, come back here, and try the door again. Maybe, just maybe, we can get out.
Well, it does seem like that's how this thing is supposed to work, but do you really think it'll be that easy?
It's hard to believe Zero Senior would make that big of a mistake.
Well, let's have a look around anyway. Maybe we'll find something about that virus.
Yeah, good idea.
What are we standing around for then? Get to it.
Time to get our puzzle on. Huh? Is there something in there? Looks like a key. I feel like this glass panel is supposed to open. And of course it's locked. So we can't get to the key, huh? That would be too easy. I wonder what this number is. Do you think maybe it's a hint to help us unlock the panel? 25113, huh? I wonder what these 5 cylinders are about. I'm wondering if it has to do with the number of corners or something. for more clues. Is that a barometer? The needle's in the middle. It says 1.5 atmospheres. That must be the normal pressure for this building. Remember it said something in the manual about the pressure in here being higher than the pressure outside? What's all this stuff? Okay, apparently I can't look at that. Hey, it's a cardboard box. This is all junk. Nothing useful in here. Oh, alright. Won't open. Locked? Yeah, looks like it. Also locked. It's locked up tight. What are you trying to do? Use X-ray vision. For most people, that might be kind of far-fetched, but maybe not for her. Hey, look! It's Zero Jr. It's only a model. A model? Yeah, a fake, a replica, not the real thing. Why would they put a model of Zero Jr. in there? He's just screwing with us. Bastard. You see this panel? Do you know what it does? Go ahead and touch it. I doubt it'll do anything. What? Why? Before entering the decompression chamber, please put on your viral protection suit. Failure to do so will prevent you from entering the decompression chamber. See? Okay. So let's go upstairs and get those suits. Everybody on? Yep. I'm good. Alright, here we go. Protect the suits. With them on, we should be able to get to the decompression chamber. Well, let's do it then. You managed to get it on? Yeah. It's a little big on me, but I think I should be okay. I'm ready to go. Good. Should we go then? Yeah, might as well. That's cool that it opened all 3 doors so that we know. It's a machine, I guess. I can't find a power button. Me either, but there's a cord coming out the back. See? Yeah. That's a USB cable. You think we're supposed to plug it into something? Huh. I wonder what these are about. Do you think they mean something? They'll go round and round, you'll get dizzy. I'm just messing with you. See how there's sort of a panel thing here? I think the machine's some sort of scanner. If I'm right, maybe it can tell you if there's anything wrong with your body or something. Really? I don't know. Just seemed like maybe that's what it was. More cabinets. No good. Won't open. It's locked? Looks like it, but I don't see a keyhole. There's no keyhole. I don't think we can open it. You're right. Guess we might as well leave these suckers alone for now. Protective suits. Keeps viruses and stuff out. Looks like there's a bunch of them. I still can't believe it. How can the whole outside world be infected with some virus? Yeah, it's too horrible. I hope it's not true. It can't be. I think Zero Senior just put these here to mess with us. I hope you're right. Okay, so it looks like these are just suits. Just had to make sure there wasn't anything else in there. This manual I was telling you about. Remember I read it to you? Oh! But look, remember how we have to wear the thing about protective suits in the decompression chamber? Yeah. Well, there was another piece of paper in there. It had some kind of drawing on it. What? That could be important. call it a bench. Same difference. You put your butt on it either way. Anyway, you see the symbols on top? Yeah, 6 of them. Maybe it's a clue. So there are enough seats for all of us to get out. Alright, I think we can go back downstairs. I just want to get a quick look at the bench one more time. Okay. Alright. Oh, wait. No, 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 no. I don't want to do that. Yeah, I wanna do it. Thank you. Okay. So 1 was that. 3 was the arrow. Oops. 5 was the cylinder, and 2 was the diamond thing. Okay. I guess that's not it. Yeah, that's not the answer. Okay. Whatevs, let's go into the pressure chamber. Handle still won't move. Maybe that touch screen on the door unlocks it. What? That's a pain. Why would they do that? Security, maybe? If you select the yellow guide ring, other rings will appear at other points that you can draw lines to. Selecting one of these 2 rings to draw a line connecting the 2. Repeat the process to connect all 3 pairs. Lines should not overlap or cross one another. Oh god. Okay. Oh, wait. This. Pink to orange, yellow to green, white to black. Ooh, that makes it a little harder. And then pink to orange. I might have already messed this up. Yellow to green. Good job. You did it. Nice work. We should be able to get the thing open now. Oh look, it looks like a tablet to plug in. A tablet, huh? There's nothing on the screen. I don't think the power's on. Is there a switch or something? Not that I can find. Really? How the heck are we supposed to turn it on then? Take a closer look. It doesn't have a switch, but it does have a USB port. We have to plug it in at that station. Maybe we plug it in, it'll turn on. I think so. Aha! They were out of order. I'm gonna write that down really quickly. Bench map activate. Okay, 6, 3, 4, 1, 2, 5. Of course they mean something. What is this? A box on the wall. What sort of a box? Well, it's not a treasure chest, that's for sure. Maybe it's full of, like, electrical circuits and stuff. Forget about that box. Look at that door. Do you notice anything? Like what? Sheet of metal. No good. It's not going anywhere. Being sick is lame. No one should do it ever. Some thick cables. Okay. Bottle of Zero Junior. Looks like it's actually plastic. Yeah, it's inflatable, like a beach ball. Well, it's damn creepy, that's for sure. You got that right. I wonder if we could adjust the pressure to make it like pop or something. Looks like a barometer. The needle's in the middle. Looks like it's at 1.5 atmospheres in here. I'm guessing that's the pressure for the whole facility. Remember what Clover read in the manual? Something about the pressure inside being higher than the pressure on the outside? There's a key up here. Sweet! What else would I do with a key? Buttons. It won't work. Not while you're in that suit. Is that really the issue here? Okay. It said look at the door. Assuming this door? This door's welded shut. Looks like it. How are you so nonchalant? That door and the one we came out of that led us in here are the only way to access this room. See? So even if we did decompress this room, we still couldn't go outside. That's right. This is a dead end. No, that's what I was trying to tell you. Didn't I say it wasn't going to be easy before we got here? Think about it. There's no way in hell Zero Senior would let us out that easy. Otherwise, what's the point of all this? What? No buts. Damn it. Sigh. And I was getting all hopeful. This sucks. Hey, Clover, where are you going? I'm going upstairs to take this stupid thing off. It's not like I need it, right? It's hot and it's uncomfortable. I'm out of here. Well, there she goes. What the hell was that noise? I don't know, but I've got a bad feeling about this. I've got a bad feeling about that. Preparation complete. Now beginning decompression. 3, 2, 1. What the hell? Why did that happen? Hell if I know. Why are you asking me? We need to get out of here now. Come on. Okay. I guess I got everything I need. Haha. Crap, it won't budge. Just use the panel. Remember, like you did to get us in here? Okay, I'll give it a shot. Pressure differential too great to open door. Damn, I guess we're going to have to equalize the pressure before we can get it to open. Whoa! It got big. Must be the difference in pressure. You ever take an unopened bag of chips to the top of a mountain or something and it gets all puffed up like it's gonna pop? Same sort of thing. I guess, but this is just... looks like it might be about to pop. Do I have anything I can pop it with? I wonder if... Poke. It worked! It popped! Don't worry, I think that was the point. See? There's something inside. All that's left of Zero Jr. gave his life for something. When he exploded, I think he bent this metal plate over here. Wanna take a look? Part of one of the puzzles. Just we can come back to it later. I'm gonna be right back. Chair stream for a second. 'Ugh, okay. Doll staring into the soul. What's wrong? Needle's all the way to the left. Pressure here is 0. 0? That means we're in a vacuum. Yeah, that's about the size of it. Crap. Without these suits, we'd be toast. What the hell are you doing? That's the decompression button. It's not gonna do us any good now. That should be the pressurization button. Hit it, right. Insufficient power for repressurization. Please route additional power. Well, that's that, I guess. Dang it. Weren't there like some wires and stuff? Over here? Yeah. 1.5, remember? Yeah. Did I miss something that I was supposed to pick up in the trash? Doesn't seem like it. I don't know what I'm supposed to do. you get power. Okay. Have I tried clicking on the wall between the cables? Yeah, it doesn't do anything. Oh. Now that does something. Give me a hand. What's in here? The little purple one. Looks like it has some kind of machine. This is a laser emitter. What the hell? Sounds like something from a kid's show. Well, what am I supposed to call it? That's what it is. What does it do? Focuses and emits a high-intensity laser that usually used to transmit energy. I think I find one of them here. Whatever. Come on, let's hook it up. Hook it up to what? The end of one of these cables. Oh look, there are more. Ugh. Okay, so that's clearly not right. What about the top one? No. The bottom one just looks like it goes into the floor. So that's not right either. How bizarre. Maybe this one's wrong? And see, then it's going to this one, but then there's no way to... Oh, I see. I think I see. We have to use the yellow connector over here on one of these. That was what it was. Well, to be fair, we don't really know if it's 2028 because they were talking about 2028 is when we were snatched, but there were some people who've been in cold sleep, and so maybe Clover's right and we were in cold sleep, in which case we have no idea what year it is. Though it does seem maybe a little far-fetched that everybody's lying to us, but... Pressurize! Repressurization preparation complete. Repressurizing now. That was a little mini escape inside an escape. Neo's back to normal, thank goodness. Looks like we did it. Very like, fridge-esque. Just like when we came in. Let's go. Do it again. Oh, wait, what? Maybe it's not the same? Because this specifically says outside. I mean, I did it right, according to this. But it's also like, why would it have you do the same puzzle twice? That doesn't make any sense. Yeah, no, that doesn't do anything. Are there any other clues? There are literally no other clues. Have I tried clicking the windows? No, I haven't. Oh, maybe Clover will come to help us. We should have realized that earlier. How else would we be able to talk to each other after we put them on? Oh, yeah. I guess that's the excitement of the moment and everything. Okay. anything in the box? No, it's empty. What's the gauge say? Hasn't changed, showing pressure to the side, 4.5 atmospheres. Okay, that's the clue. Nothing suggests that that would happen. Yeah. Thank you for letting me know. That was kind of dumb. Because it's not like you can see her standing there. I just assumed she was upstairs, because that's where she said she was going, to take the suit off. Okay. Okay, white to purple, yellow to pink, and blue to green. That's gonna be a lot harder. We're in advanced mode. It's tough because white to purple and yellow to pink like directly cross each other. I think my first one can't be right. Some weird, like, super aroundness. But then we've cut off blue from green entirely, so that's clearly wrong. And then blue through green goes through the center. That was much harder. Good work. I just solved a hard puzzle. Yay, we finally escaped from the room within the escape room. You found it on a small scale. We would have been toast without you. Aw, that's okay, you don't need to thank me. But it's been light. Looks like a police car. Can we take these off now? Yeah, I think so. Finally time for bench math? Yeah, I suppose so. I'm offended you even suggest such a thing. There's my bench. Okay. So that means the trapezoid is 6, the diamond is 3, the arrow is 4, the star is 1, cylinder is 2, and hourglass is 5. Now we just gotta head back over. Okay. Cylinder is 2. Hourglass is 5. Diamond is 3. Woo! Get that other key. Yay! Why does it look like we're on the ground when we're closing that? That's so weird. These locked, or had a keyhole, or was that downstairs? Might have been downstairs. I think it was downstairs. Man, alright, whatever. We can do the tablet thing now. Okay, that's the locker we need to get into, so let's go back downstairs. Whoa, okay. It looks like a child-sized protective suit. Okay, now I think we can go back upstairs. probably what the message was talking about, so I should stand up the suit and put it here. I think so. I'm literally holding it. But what? But what? Why can't I put it down? Oh. Oh. That's why it won't sit up. Wait, what? I don't understand what I'm supposed to do here. Pattern on the display is the same as the pattern on the stomach of the stuffed animal wearing the detective suit. Select it to scan the pattern, so the device can read the colors in the pattern. Once you have done that, enter 3 numbers on the right side of the screen and press check. That's interesting. So 1, that's 1, is green and pink. But then 2 is also listed as green and pink, which I don't understand. So that's a 2. And then this is 3. I don't understand. I have no idea what this is. Six things. I think teal's the top one. Yes. Teal and then red. Where's red at? Okay. Teal, red, blue, And then number 2 is teal, which again is the top, and then green. Is this one green? So teal, green, black, blue, which is a 2. So 2 is literally 2. And then 3, right? Oh, thank you. So I'm wondering if this is the secret passcode. So 1, 1, and then blue, green, pink. Blue. Where's blue at? Blue. And then that doesn't make anything. Oh, it might be teal, you're right. It might be teal. Oh, it is teal, so it's 7. We were on the right track. Alright, that secret was not hard to get at all. Oh, it's safe as conveniently right here. Star, star, moon. Yeah, definitely not. Sun, moon, star, okay. Phew, looks like that did it. Looks like there's a lot in there. Whoa, what is all that stuff? Hold on, I'll take everything out. Just be patient. Let's see. First off, a map. It says floor B. The one we found in the infirmary said floor A. So that means floor A must be the top floor, huh? I mean, we took an elevator down to get here. Yeah, seems like it. Keep going. There's more in here. This looks like key cards. They've got moons on them. That means these must be the moon keys the announcer was talking about. There's two of them, just like the sun key. You take one, Tenmyouji. Huh? Why? You're solo. Clover and I only need one. Ah, right. Thanks. Okay, got a couple more things. What's this? Looks like a memory card. I feel like I've seen something like that before. But where? I wonder what's on it. Well, unless we can find something to stick it into, we won't be finding out anytime soon. Well, we can figure that out later. For now, we'll just take it with us. All we've got left is the key. Is that the key to the exit? What else would it be? We should be able to get that door open now. Come on, there's no time to waste. Let's move. Lock for the door. It says lock. Let's go. Okay. Right. Let's do this. 3, 2, 1. Why does Sigma always count down? We found it! Ooh, I earned a trophy. Master of Escapology. Maybe I've escaped from a certain number of rooms or something? I know, it always makes us so happy when it's, you found it! Another warehouse?
It's just like the one on the last floor.
There's even a big old door in the same spot where the number 9 door is in the other warehouse.
True, but it's rusted over. I don't think it's opening anytime soon.
No lever to open it anyway. I can see.
Well, shoot. We couldn't possibly open that with our bare hands.
Duh. How much do you think that thing weighs?
You'd have about as much luck trying to lift a pickup truck, even if it was unlocked.
I want to know what those are.
Those white doors?
Are they chromatic doors?
Yeah, seems like it. I mean, look at this. It's one of those things that says lock.
Yeah, just like the ones next to the other chromatic doors.
So you're saying all the chromatic doors for the next round are white?
Yeah, they were different colors before, but...
Guess things have changed for this round.
Before we could discuss the doors any further, a familiar robotic voice crackled over the speakers.
An ambidex gate has been opened. 45 minutes remain until ambidex game polling closes.
One of the other teams opened the gate early.
What in the hell did they do that for? We haven't even started back yet. Never mind, White. We just need to get back up there pronto. I'm worried about Quark. We need to hook up with Alice and Kay. The sooner the better.
Right, got it. Let's go! Walking through the place. Going back to warehouse and back to kick Dio. It takes so long. We returned to the Floor A warehouse to find only 2 people waiting for us. Kay, who'd gone through the red door, and Dio, who had gone through the green door.
Where's Quark?
We took him to the infirmary. At the moment, Alice, Phi, and Luna are looking after him.
Is he all right?
I don't know if I would describe him as all right, but apparently his condition has not worsened, if that's what you mean. He is still resting. However, we...
Good. I'm going to the infirmary.
Tenmyouji, please, wait!
Tenmyouji ignored Kay and took off at a run through the yellow door.
Oh dear, he's gone. There was something I needed to tell him.
Well, it's not like it matters. The girls will just tell him when he gets there. He ought to calm down once he's seen the kid.
Clover and I looked at one another, eyebrows raised.
What are they going to tell him?
Well, you see...
What?
You found virus medicine in the laboratory?
Oh.
Yes. Unfortunately, we found only a single vial.
Then we can cure Quark's Radical 6.
So it would seem.
Ow. I guess we should head over to the infirmary and see how he's doing. Come on,
right
let's go.
behind you. He should be fine now. It might take some time for him to recover fully, but the worst is over.
Yeah, we actually helped him? Holy crap. Luna's voice was quiet as she stepped back from Quark. She held an injection gun with an empty vial. Delicately, she placed it back in the cabinet. Quark had been laid out on a crude cot and was still sound asleep. His breathing was even, and his expression was peaceful. He looked like any other child sleeping soundly after a long day of doing whatever it is children do to amuse themselves. Any trace of the insanity he had shown earlier was nowhere to be found. Yay!
Is he really going to be okay?
Yes, we analyzed the vial and confirmed that it was definitely Excelavir. Now that I've administered it...
The Excelavir should eradicate the virus completely given enough time, right?
Yes, that should be the case.
Thank goodness.
Yeah, what a relief.
Things were looking pretty sketchy there for a while, that's for sure.
I felt some of the tension disappear from my shoulders, and I let out a breath I hadn't realized I had been holding. We weren't out of the woods yet, but at least Quark was safe.
Ooh.
Tenmyouji let out a long, shaky sigh and lowered himself onto one of the empty beds. He rubbed his hands wearily across his face, and I thought I saw the glint of tears.
Alice, you and Kay, I don't know what to say other than thanks. You saved his life. I don't know the words to tell you how much that means to me.
Oh, please. It was nothing. Really. We just happened to be the ones who went through the back door.
Where is Kay? He's not in here.
He's still in the warehouse. Dio and Kay stayed behind.
They went there to wait for you guys while we came back here. We figured someone should explain what was going on so you wouldn't come back to an empty warehouse.
So Dio and Kay were the ones who opened the AV gates.
Not both of them. There was only one door open.
Well, we should get back and tell them how Quark's doing. Kay will want to know at least.
Yeah, you're right. I nodded and headed back toward the other side of the room. I was nearly there when Tenmyouji suddenly spoke.
That's right. You know that memory card we found?
This thing?
Yeah. I think I know how we can take a look at what's on it.
Plug it into the thing in the
You
infirmary.
don't remember?
There's a screen.
There was a memory card just like it that we used to solve the puzzles in here.
Yeah. He's right. There's a slot next to the screen.
I didn't use it, but...
Should work for this one, too.
Oh yeah, there it is. Right, yeah. Well, let's give it a shot.
Yeah, I want to see what's on it.
Okay, just give me a minute here. I slid the card into the slot next to the screen. No sooner had I done that, than an image of a waveform popped up on the screen.
Is there an audio file on here? Why don't we turn up the volume a bit?
A little bit. Luna tapped a few things on the screen and a bar began to move across. Before long, a voice drifted out of the speakers.
This is Control. How's it going over there? Bet you missed the sound of my voice, huh? Well, I gotta be honest. It's getting pretty lonely over here, too. Feeling kinda like howling at the moon, lone wolf style. Speaking of which, I'm looking at it right now. The old girl is beautiful. Never seen a moon this full. And that color. Whew. Tonight's that eclipse, remember? What a way to end 2028, huh? The moon's this amazing red. If it wasn't so beautiful, it'd be kind of ominous. Wish you guys could see it too, but... Sorry, forgot.
Well, that means that it's at least after December 31st, 2028, because that was when the eclipse was going to happen.
You're supposed to be on Mars, aren't you? So, how are Phobos and Deimos looking right now? Sure hope I'll get to look up at them someday, too. Anyway, over. Hey, something wrong? Talk to me, guys. What? You gonna play hard to get because we haven't talked in so long? Enough jokes, all right? Knock it off. Where are you guys? Is there something wrong with the radio? You're saying everything's green? Well then, what the hell's going on here? Why aren't they responding? No, the video feed's online. Look, you can see all 9 of them. 3 at each table. What? Someone hacked our feed? What do you mean this isn't live? An old clip on repeat? Who would do that? What in the hell is happening here? This is Control. I repeat, this is Control. Please come in. I'm asking you to respond.
This is...
Oh, thank God. You really had me worried there. What happened?
6 of us are... dead.
What?
Counting myself, there are only 3 left.
How? Why are...
They were killed.
What?
I guess you could say I killed them. No, that's not quite right. Not just them. Not just these 6. All of them. All 6 billion. Soon, I will have killed 6 billion people.
Are you there? Respond! Damn it. This is Control. I repeat, this is Control. We have an emergency situation. We have an unconfirmed report of 6 deceased test subjects. Deploy rescue and escort teams to the test site immediately. Shit. What the hell happened in there?
Is that it?
Yes. What on earth was that?
Any ideas? It almost sounded like Phi, but maybe it could have just been a reused voice actor. I got only frowns and shaken heads in response. Only one person showed a reaction other than stunned confusion. Tenmyouji. Long after the audio ended, he stared at the screen, deep in thought.
Do you know something, Tenmyouji?
Yeah, I think I know what that was. It's probably a transmission from the Mars mission test site.
Mars? I'm sorry, what? You mean some kind of space travel?
What kind of test site was it?
Did you know that the government is developing spaceships with particle annihilation engines? These ships would be able to get humans to Mars a lot faster than old chemical rockets. But they don't want to just send a manned Mars mission off half-cocked. That was the idea behind this test. They built a whole complex on this old Air Force base in Nevada.
Oh. I think he might be talking about...
The idea was that it would be a simulation of a manned mission to Mars with a crew of 9 men and women.
Simulator.
They'd monitor the whole thing and use that data to plan the real mission.
But whatever, we don't know about that yet. So what we just listened to was a transmission from that project.
Yeah.
Why is something like that here?
Don't know why. We found it in the safe. No explanation. Dollars to donuts, it's got something to do with Zero's plan.
You mean we were meant to hear what was on that card?
Yeah.
It's all very interesting, but how exactly do you know about all this?
Oh, about the simulated Mars mission?
Yes.
I was involved with the project.
Involved?
The intent was to create as accurate a simulation as possible. That meant we'd need to simulate the radio silence we'd experienced during conjunction.
What's a conjunction?
It means two things in space are close to each other. In this case, we're talking about a superior conjunction, where Mars and Earth are on the exact opposite sides of the Sun. So unless we've got some sort of relay, there'll be a period of time where we won't be able to communicate with each other. What we heard on that card was when the simulated conjunction was scheduled to end.
That's when they died.
Now, we don't know that. They could have died long before that conversation. All we know is that's when it was discovered.
So 6 of the test subjects died, right?
Yeah.
During the radio silence period. Well, do you remember what she said? There was something about how she didn't just kill 6 people. She said 6 billion? What the heck did she mean by that?
Just what the hell happened there?
Tenmyouji frowned and looked down at the floor. We were all silent as he paced slowly back and forth across the room. At last he stopped, raised his head, and spoke.
The truth is that there's a chance a virus escaped from the test site.
Virus? Wait, you don't mean...
Yeah, Radical 6.
What? How can that be?
What was Radical 6 doing at a Mars test site?
I'm just telling you what I know, okay? Nobody's sure how Radical 6 got in there in the first place, but one of the subjects might have been infected when they entered, or the virus itself might have been an intentional part of the simulation. The test site deaths became the index case for a pandemic. Anyway, prevailing wisdom says it got out somehow, and once it was out, it spread pretty quick. All across the planet.
Right.
And it killed 6 billion people?
No, not directly. Best numbers put only a third or so of those deaths as directly caused by Radical 6.
But there was probably chaos and war.
The other 4 billion died from the collapse caused by the deaths of that first third. The whole world just fell apart.
Wow, damn. I have a lot of questions. I don't even know where to start. I don't even know where to start knowing where to start. Well, no, take that back. Explain that date. Unless I heard this wrong, the day that Radical 6 got out was December 31st, 2028.
Yeah.
Ooh. But the day I got grabbed by the guy in the gas mask was December 25th, 2028.
Me too. Christmas Day.
I was kidnapped on Christmas, too.
Clover and I were taken 3 days earlier, on the 22nd.
Yeah.
Then you see what I'm saying, right? That recording was made close to a week after we were all picked up. What the hell is going on here? That thing is from the future.
I see.
10 minutes remain until Ambidex game polling closes.
I was in cold sleep.
All players,
but there were only 3 pods,
votes.
so how could all 5 of us or 4 of us
If
not
no
know?
vote is
Maybe somebody's
recorded
lying.
before the deadline has passed, any non-voting parties will automatically ally.
We're out of time. We need to go back to the warehouse.
Wait, you haven't answered.
Don't care. I need more than 10 minutes to explain everything. Half-assing it is just gonna make you more confused.
Yes, he is.
Now get moving. That's enough! Shut your damn hole or I'm picking Betray!
Hey, come on now.
Fine. Do what you want, but I need to get back to the AB rooms. I'd like to stay with Quark. He seems to be doing all right.
I'll stay here with him. Fi can do the voting for our pair. I can trust her. Is that all right with you?
Yeah, sure.
Well, if you'd be willing to do that, I'd be much obliged. Thanks, Luna. Take good care of him.
Of course. I'll make sure everything goes fine.
Tenmyouji gave her one last nod and then turned and dashed out of the infirmary. Well, that's that, I guess. We should probably be going, too.
Yes.
Oh, have a good night, Duck.
We'll just have to wait to hear the rest of what he has to say later.
I'd rather just get it all out in the open now, but there's not much we can do.
Let's get going then.
We returned to the warehouse to find only Kay. I explained what had happened with Quark, then glanced around the room. Hey, where's Dio?
He has gone into his AB room.
Already?
Indeed.
Then he opened the first AB gate, right?
Of course.
This is bad. I won't be able to talk with him. This is going to limit my choices.
You've only got one BP left, don't you?
Yeah. Luna's the same.
If Vi chooses ally and Dio picks betray...
I'm trying to explain that audio recording to Kay, right? Well, Kay doesn't remember anything anyway, so...
Vi and Luna will be penalized.
I don't have a choice. I'll have to pick betray. The risk with ally is just too high.
Hey, Alice, don't you have one BP too?
That's right. But Kay and I will be playing against Quark.
And he'll just default to ally. I guess you don't need to worry about getting penalized then, huh?
But what if Alice and Kay choose betray?
You needn't worry. That will not happen. Even though, as you have told me, Quark is recovering, he is still weak. Moreover, he is only a child. To betray an innocent child would be...
Yeah, that would be unthinkable. Even if you ignore his age or condition. It's hardly fair to take advantage of someone who can't vote.
So you'll vote to ally?
Yes.
Of course.
Well then, shall we go?
Yes.
Kay and Alice nodded to one another and disappeared into the AB room second from the right. Without saying anything, Vi turned and walked into the room just left of theirs. That left only myself, Clover, and Tenmyouji.
Do you remember what you said to me when you chose the blue door? Something about how you'd convince me to choose ally? Seems like now would be the time to let me know how you're going to convince me.
Well, it's not that complicated. I promise you that Clover and I will vote ally. That's it, pretty much.
I see. And you figure I'll believe you because you've only got one BP. Once you've told me that you plan to ally, I won't be able to choose betray. Since if you tell me the truth...
You'll kill me.
Not a bad plan, but it assumes that I've taken killing you off the table. Seems like a risky bet for you.
I disagree.
Why is that?
Clover's BP is 6. If you ally and we betray, then she'd have enough points to escape, right? She could run off through the number 9 door as soon as this round is over.
I'd never...
That's easy for you to say, but think about it from my perspective. Sure, you might not, but you also might. If I guess wrong, that's a pretty big loss for me.
Well, what if Clover tries to seduce you to get what she wants?
What?
Huh?
That's just an example. What I'm trying to say is that once you two are in that room, Clover might try and make some sort of bargain with you. I'm asking what you're going to do if that happens. Are you sure you'll still choose ally?
Seduce me, huh?
Hey! What are you staring at, you perv? There's no way on earth I'd do anything like that. Ugh! As if. In your dreams, creep.
Well, that's that then. Not gonna lie, though, I'm a little disappointed.
So I can trust you. You're gonna choose ally.
Yeah.
You can trust us.
Of course.
We promise.
All right. I guess I'll vote ally too then.
3 minutes remain until Ambidex game polling closes.
I'm gonna save really quick. Savin'. Keep that game a savin'. Even in 2028, Zero Escape characters always come to the same conclusion.
Well, looks like we don't have much time left. I'm trusting you.
I'm trusting you too. Tenmyouji gave us a curt nod, then turned and strode into the second AV room from the left. Right, well, let's get to it.
Yeah.
slight morbid curiosity about what would happen if I pick Betray. Like, will Clover just leave?
Hey, Sigma, I wanted to ask you something.
She is gonna try and seduce me! What's up?
Could you pick Betray for me?
What?
I mean, I could try and, like, tackle you. But you're so big and strong, you'd probably just throw me on the ground and that'd be it.
Yeah, well,
So I thought I might as well just ask you really nicely. Oh, I mean, I'd be happy to, pay you back. If you just pick Betray for me, then I'll listen to anything you say.
Anything?
Yep. Anything.
They obviously teach seduction in spy school.
So think carefully, okay?
She's like a borderline personality, I swear.
If you choose Ally, you're trusting him with your life.
Yeah, if he chooses Betray, it's all over.
Uh-huh. Are you really, really sure you can trust that old fart?
Considering that he betrayed me last time? Hey, now that's not very nice.
The only safe choice is to pick Betray.
But if he chooses Ally and we don't...
Then I'll have 9 BP. But you don't need to worry about that. Even if I do get 9 BP, I won't just go and open the number 9 door all by myself. I mean, Alice wouldn't have 9 points yet, and I can't leave her behind. Please, will you pick Betray?
20 seconds remain.
You know what?
Until
I'm gonna pick Betray just to see what happens. We're gonna pick Betray first. Would I keep my promise to Tenmyouji and pick Ally? Or would I betray him for Clover and...
If you just pick Betray for me, then I'll listen to anything you say.
In the end, there was only one possible answer.
3, 2, 1.
I'm assuming we're gonna get a game over.
Round 2 of the Ambidex
Well, what can I
game
say? I'm a
has
completionist.
been completed. Results will be displayed in the warehouse. Thank you for Ambidex game.
Plus, this way we know for sure that we're not gonna die.
Results from round 2 of the Ambidex game will now be displayed. Please
Yeah, no, she's gonna
direct
leave.
your attention to the results screen.
Now I feel bad.
Points have been assigned or subtracted accordingly. Please check your bracelet to see your updated bracelet points.
Dio was gonna frickin' kill them!
So, that's how it is, huh? Promises are made to be broken, I see.
Sorry. I just couldn't bring myself to trust you.
I could have chosen Betray and killed you. That was a possibility.
Yeah. After all, you did choose Betray in the last round.
That was a completely different situation. Well, in any event, your idiotic paranoia has given Clover 9 BP. How do you intend to deal with that?
Don't worry. She'd never try and open the...
Really? Then what's that?
Huh?
Look, I believe she's standing in front of the number 9 door right now.
What the hell? No way! Zero hesitation!
Oh, the number 9 door.
She opened it.
Shit!
Clover! What the hell are you doing?
Sorry, Alice gave me an order though.
Clover, you have to get out of here and call for help. My BP's down to 1. I'll have to play the AB game at least 3 more times in order to get to 9. If someone beats me to it, then we'll be trapped here forever. That can't happen. I'm giving you an order as your commanding officer. Escape.
What about the promise you made me?
Promise?
You said you'd listen to anything I said.
So, I am, aren't I? I can sure hear you well enough. Every little word is reaching my ears, isn't it? What? Were you thinking of something gross? You're a perv.
Hey, come on now.
The number 9 door has been opened. It will remain open for 9 seconds.
Anyway, I did what I promised, so I'll be heading off now.
Clover!
Clover!
Fucking bitch!
I mean, the door's already been open,
out of
so she might as well leave. Theo leapt toward Clover with a roar, but she danced quickly aside, dodging his punch with ease.
Bye, guys.
With a last carefree grin, she leapt through the number 9 door. Right? I knew it was going to be a game over. I just wanted to see what's going to happen. But actually, that makes sense, because there's another ending in which Alice is like, Clover, you have to leave. I'm demanding you as your commanding officer.
The number 9 door has closed. This ends the nonary game. Thank you for your participation.
Enjoy chilling here.
As the game is over, all doors other than the number 9 door have been unlocked. Escape is not possible. Please enjoy your stay.
She's gone.
Shit!
All we can do now is wait for her to call for help.
Help, huh? Let's hope there's still someone who can.
What's that supposed to mean? Tenmyouji said nothing, just shuffled off through the yellow door and out of the room. A cold silence descended on the rest of us. It was a silence that promised to remain for a very, very long time. Help us improve future non-re games, right? Well, it's like, it's with if half or more of the population is gone, then how is anybody gonna come and get us, you know? They might not be able to. Okay. We're gonna pick correctly this time.
Results from round 2 of the Ambidex game will now be displayed. Please direct your attention to the results screen.
Whew. Okay. We livin'.
Points have been assigned or subtracted accordingly. Please check your bracelet to see your updated bracelet point.
Looks like you managed to trust me.
Well, it seems like I made the right choice.
Only did what I said I would.
You really helped me out. Thanks.
I could say the same thing. No need for thanks.
The corner of his mouth twitched into a grin. I felt myself smile a little in response. Clover, on the other hand, looked less than pleased.
That was a bad choice, Sigma. And after I told you I'd listen to anything you said. Oh well, whatever.
She sighed heavily, shot me one last annoyed look, and stalked off. Across the room, Dio and Phi were already confronting one another over their own results.
You tried to kill me and Luna. Can't say I'm surprised.
Oh, don't give me that. You knew exactly what I was doing. I knew you weren't stupid enough to pick Ally. You'd defend yourself with betrayal, just like I would. Wait. Where's Luna?
In the infirmary, looking after Quark.
Is that where Alice went too?
Alice? No, she went into one of the AB rooms with Kay.
Yes, we did indeed enter together. When the doors opened, however, she left, somewhat unsteadily, in the direction of the cyan door.
She left the warehouse?
Indeed.
Without even checking the results?
She might not be feeling
Correct.
good.
There was little reason to check them.
Yeah, it's not like Quark was going to betray you.
Indeed.
And you two still choose Ally. Man, what a pair of bleeding hearts.
Dio's a jerk.
If you say so. Being mocked for my compassion is a small price to pay for retaining my humanity.
Where did Alice run off to?
While we were in the AB room, she mentioned being quite tired. Perhaps she went to one of the cabins to rest.
Oh, well, I guess that would make sense.
An ominous rumble filled the warehouse.
The Ambidex gates have closed. Round 3 of the Ambidex game will be the Star Round. Star keys are required to open the gates. There is no set limit on usage of the Star keys. The Ambidex gates can be opened as many times as the players wish to open them.
We can open the gates as many times as we want?
That means the Star keys can be used to play the AB game any number of times. If I understood that announcement correctly, that is.
Hey, didn't Zero Jr. say something about this?
As soon as the gates close, your colors get all shuffled up automatically. Appearance solo is...
Yeah, he did. Can you guys all show me your bracelets? I want to see what our colors and groups are this time. With a moment's series of wrist works to be examined. It looks like all the colors are weird. Clover's a cyan pair and Phi's a magenta pair, but Tenmyouji's a yellow pair.
The 3 solos are red, green, and blue. Kay's red, Dio's green, and you're blue.
Then how are we supposed to group up for the chromatic doors? I think they're going to be white this time.
Ah, yes. Dio told me about them. Very interesting.
Yeah, they're white, all of them. I had a good look while I was waiting for Sigma to show up down in the warehouse.
You should have seen them then too, Phi.
Yeah, I did. You're talking about the doors in the Floor B warehouse, right?
Yeah, so lay it on us. How are the groups going to shake out this time? Option A. Tenmyouji yellow and me blue would form one group. Phi magenta and Dio green would form another group. Clover cyan and Kay red would form the third.
Huh? Wait, you mean there's only one option?
Yeah. There's no other way we can group up to make white. Alice, Luna, and Quark aren't here to show us their bracelets, so we don't know for sure what their colors are. But it's pretty clear they'll all be pairs, since none of the pairs here have a partner.
So they'll be yellow, magenta, and cyan, right?
Right.
Alright, what now? We've got plenty of time until those white doors open.
Yeah, about an hour it looks like.
I'm gonna go find Alice.
Of course. I'll come with you then.
I have to report in my failure. Clover gave her a shrug, and the two of them headed out through the cyan door.
Do I really need to say it?
The infirmary, right? You're going to go check on Quark.
Yeah.
He gave me a nod and then trotted out through the yellow door. That left only 3 of us, Yoke and myself. What are you guys going to do?
Yeah, I think I'm gonna head over to the lounge and have a drink. You wanna tag along, Kay?
Are you making fun of me? I find it rather hard to drink with this mask on.
All right, of course. My bad. Well, I'm out.
With a lazy wave of his hand, Dio slouched off toward the magenta door. It took me a moment to realize Kay was following him.
Hey, what is this? You following me?
No, you must be mistaken. I hope to investigate Floor B further. There are still several rooms I haven't visited.
Okay, you don't have to tell me your life story. See ya.
Their conversation ended as they reached the door and stepped through it. I mean, there is a pantry in here, so, you know, we have food. Alright, what should I do?
Tonight's that eclipse, remember? What a way to end 2028, huh?
Of course. I need to get the rest of that story out of Tenmyouji. The words were scarcely out of my mouth before I set off at a dead run down the hallway and toward the infirmary. Huh? There's nobody here. Uh-oh. The room was completely empty. I edged forward and peeked around the partition. There he was. Tenmyouji. He was standing next to Quark, apparently oblivious to my presence, looking down at something in his hand. A picture? I must have made some small noise because he suddenly looked up, saw me, and hastily shoved the photo back into his pocket. What was that? It was a photo of something, right? Was it yours?
Forget it. It's got nothing to do with you.
But all of the stuff we had with us when we got grabbed was taken away. Why were you hiding it?
Why should I tell all of you about one measly photo?
Anyway, where's Luna?
I asked her to leave. I wanted to be alone with Quark for a bit. So, why are you here?
I wanted to hear the rest.
The rest of what? What the hell are you talking about?
I'm talking about that simulated manned mission to Mars. We heard that recording about
I don't have any idea what you're talking about. I'm getting old. Memory's not what it used to be. Seem to be forgetting a lot of stuff lately.
Hey, nice try, pal, but you're not getting away with it. This time. You remember something, alright? You remember so much you told me it'd take way more than 10 minutes to tell it all.
Really sure you want to know?
Huh?
Maybe I'll tell you, and then you'll regret it. Maybe you'll wish you'd kept your fool mouth shut. Just think about all the hopes you've got for the future, and all the happy memories of your past.
Whoa.
What if what I have to tell you makes everything you've ever believed ring hollow, and the whole world just crumbles around you? You sure you want that?
Hey, come on, you don't need to threaten me.
This isn't a threat. I'm being honest here. Are you really, truly prepared?
Well, of course. I never got the chance to say I am. Alice is dead. I bet. Phi exploded into the room, her face a mixture of anxiety and fear.
Good. There you are.
Did something happen?
Alice is... Look, just come with me, all right?
Alice is dead.
She's in the number 2 cabin.
She killed herself. Without waiting for a response, Phi spun around and ran to the back of the room. Ran back out of the room. Tenmyouji and I exchanged a quick, confused look, then leapt up and took off after her. Alice! The first thing I saw when I stepped through the door was the blossom of red on her chest. It felt as if I had walked straight into a brick wall. I stopped short, my body refusing to move. No, why did this happen? I forced one shaking foot forward, then the next. My legs began to buckle, and I put a hand against the wall to steady myself as my heart thundered in my chest. Calm down, calm down. This looks pretty bad, but you don't actually know anything yet. Yeah, that's right. Maybe it's not too late. Maybe you can still save her. No, the bracelet's off, dude. Then at last I pressed my fingers to her neck, and those hopes were dashed. No pulse. Clearly she wasn't breathing either. Her pupils had dilated hideously, making her face seem somehow inhuman. No, it's not true. Why? Then I noticed it. All the blood must have distracted me, but now I saw that there was a scalpel buried in her chest. Judging by the position of its handle, she had been stabbed through the heart. I felt a sympathetic twinge of pain in my own chest, and my stomach lurched. Bile and hopelessness rose in my throat. I stood, hands balled tightly into white-knuckled fists, and took a deep breath. All around the room were the rest of the nonary game's participants, except, of course, for Quark. I wanted to ask which one of them had killed her. Oh yeah, I guess it could have been a murder. After all, that old lady was murdered too. Even if it had been one of them, though, there was no way they'd answer. All I could do was stare at each one of them in turn, asking myself, is this person a murderer? The looks they traded with one another suggested that I wasn't the only person wondering if they were standing next to a killer. Kay said that she was kind of being tired, though, so I bet she killed herself. An unsettling silence filled the room. Clover was the first to speak.
Who did this? Say something! Answer me!
Please, Clover, calm down. We don't even know if she was killed.
Then what happened? An accident? You think a scalpel just dropped from the ceiling and stabbed her?
Cool it, kid.
You did it, didn't you?
Are you nuts?
Then who did it? Who killed her?
Clover, even if we assume that she was murdered, that doesn't necessarily mean the killer was one of us, does it?
Wait a minute. You went into the AB room with Alice during the last round, didn't you? Something happened in there, didn't it?
No, nothing happened.
Don't lie to me! There's no way Alice would just run off like that! She wouldn't leave me! Something happened! If she was going to leave, she'd tell me! She...
Hey, Clover. Don't you think just assuming Alice was murdered is jumping the gun a little bit?
How can you look at her and say that? Scalpels don't just stab people all by themselves! Oh, I see. I see. I get it now. You're all in on it, aren't you? It wasn't just one killer. It was 6! No wonder you're so anxious to say this wasn't a murder.
Clover, please, just settle down.
Fine. Show me some proof then. Prove to me in 10 seconds that you didn't murder my friend, or I'm going to kill every last one of you bastards! You're all going to die just like she did!
Hey, hold on a minute.
9, 8, Clover! 6, 5, 4...
Right?
Clover. 3, 2,
1. To be continued. Oh. Okay. I guess we need proof. Is there proof it wasn't murder? But there's no way to... I'm assuming just clicking it again isn't going to help, because we've seen other endings where she killed herself, but yeah, I guess that doesn't count, because it's not proof. Well, it's 9:45, so I guess we can call it a night here. next week we'll go into the other chromatic door and take this path. Yeah, memories from an alternate timeline doesn't hold up in a court of law, right? Okay, well, yeah. So we'll be back same time next week to continue with Virtue's Last Reward. And the next time I'm streaming is Saturday at 2 p.m. We'll be doing some Magic Arena. So have a good night, everybody. Thank you.